Okay, here we are again. Talked about some things about setting up your tent, checking the area, checking the overhead. These are some things. Also, we're going to look at the ground. I mean, I have enough duff around me that I know if it rains or anything, it's just going to absorb it, most of it. I'm always going to put myself up on a duff bed, particularly in the high Sierras, in case it rains. Um, that area is not really a bevel. The rain's going to absorb there. I'm up high enough. But if I perceive really, really heavy rain, I want to move to any area where it's curved this way or up. You never want to be in a bowl at all. If you're going to have to, if there's any of that kind of stuff, and you see a pattern of the rain on the ground, this area you don't see it too much. I got the tree there. It'll still tend to puddle out there, so you're going to want to try to move up higher on the curve. That way you stay from getting swamped out. And I've seen people in Yosemite, particularly people in Camp 4, who want to come up and whatever they're doing, just swamp. I mean, literally swamped. All right. In some cases, in a bad situation, you're stuck. You take out a trowel. This is a backpacker's knife or a little shovel, and you make lines so the water runs around your tent. All right, but try to avoid that. That's the ground. And on the ground, if you take a look here, this is all duff. Everything here is duff. It's going to be heavily absorbed. You don't see mold on the ground. One of the things I look for is mold. Heavy mold on the ground. Anything, all the duff is netted together. That means it's puddled out there, and you don't want to be there, especially when winter is. We're into winter now. There's not a lot of slope here. There's nothing here that shows me a lot of rain patterns on the ground, so it's a good place. Now, as I approach a campground, at any time you approach a campground, you're going to look around what's around you. All right, I got nobody to my left. I got nobody to my right, which is good. I got one guy over here who's far enough away. I try to look at who they are. I don't be too intrusive. You're trying to gauge whether you got drinkers, partiers, thieves, people who are going to cause you a problem, stoned down on drugs. So you want to be aware when you come into a dispersed campground like I'm at now. If you look across the way, you see the quaking aspens, all that. Okay, that's nice stuff over there. I could have camped over there. If you can see the quaking aspens over there, they're nice and gold. But you're on the slope. So some people are tent camping here on a slope, and they're putting their tents right down below. Bad idea in a winter situation. The water's going to come off that hill, and it's going to run into this road, which means if you're in a tent, you're most likely going to get swamped out. I mean, you could mitigate that by putting yourself up on a duff bed, but you want to look at the ground, see where the water pattern comes through. Any of that stuff. You can see a little channel here. It comes down here, right down there, and it runs down that road. Bad area to be. So you're looking for those patterns. But you're also looking at what's around you. Nice car. These people are clean. They keep their things set up. Nice tent over there. Everything's clean. Everything's set up. Usually, not 100% tells me that I'm dealing with people that are respectful, have some social awareness, and it's not 100%, but are going to be kind. To be honest with you, you will. If you're out here long enough, you'll come up to a campground, Park Service guys, which I've done Park Service stuff a lot, man. And you'll walk into a campground, and you will see everything. There'll be dirty laundry. And it's all day long. It never changes, by the way. It's not like they're trying to break camp or do anything else. You will perpetually see, everything's scattered. There is no order. It's not ordered. The tents are off kilter. There's shit all over a table they set up. There's empty beer bottles. Smokes everywhere, either on the ground or on the table. Not a good place to camp. There's going to be problems right off the bat, okay? Sometimes you'll see people set stuff up, even if they have RVs. These people supposedly have money, yada, yada, yada. You want to see there's domestics. You want to listen, all right? Set your camp, maybe if you're not sure about it. If you've got domestic issues, that's a real bad one to be next to, man. It's horrible. That's horrible to listen to that. It's violent, and I've been there too. So even with a nice RV, how's the RV look? How are these people treating other people? Do they think they're the cat's pajamas and everybody else is a poor bum around them? These people are problems. They're going to cause you problems. They're arrogant. So beware of where it's around you. Who's around you? and how it feels. Okay, and if you do that, you'll be able to sustain yourself. Now, sometimes you've camped out, and some people come in, and I'll be honest with you, as soon as you start to identify the problem, get out. There's no reason. There's other campgrounds, man, other places to be. Don't hang around that shit. So that's some of the things you're going to deal with out here. There is no law out here, by the way. I mean, there's law, always law. Nobody's coming out here for. I mean, they'll be after the event, long after the event. Some people don't understand that. You can call them all you want, unless you got lucky and the CHP just went down the road, or the sheriff did. But they got a call out. I mean, unless you're really lucky. I mean, you get 10, 20 minutes, that's normal, but if it's their way down the road, you may be 40 minutes out before somebody shows up. 40 minutes in an event, long time. It means whatever's happened, whoever's done whatever is either gone or running in the woods. So be careful when you select your campgrounds. Check your overhead, like this, on an overhead. Always check your overhead. A nice clearing. You come back, I get the light here, you're going to see that campground. I do this in my little thing, you can see that right there. That's a nice setup for that. Okay? And that's what you want. All right? Going to look at the ground. I'm looking for any water channels, anything. Okay, thank you.